None of my stuff is public.
So what do you have to hide?
Not from anybody. I just don't want to hear. Oh, I observed this, or I watched this, and I saw this. And were you referring to me? Were you referring to, like, no? It's got nothing to do with you.
Oh, all of our exes have stumbled upon this podcast and have said stuff to us.
My son's mother actually did listen to that before. I mean, this podcast before. But it wasn't really anything crazy. It was just a question. It was like one of those, oh, so that's how you feel.
With several billion members, the human race is divided in two distinct sexes, male and female. While men are simple creatures requiring only the most rudimentary of emotional needs to be satisfied, there is a subgroup classified as the nice guy, a dying breed of chivalrous, romantic, domesticated gentlemen whose qualities are desired by the opposite sex. Allegedly. However, they are dismissed, scoffed, and confined in such concepts as the bestie, work husband, and the dreaded friend zone.
You don't think this is a little bit too dramatic? Just let it happen.
Joe and Jason are the last of the nice guys.
What's going on, guys? What's up? All right. We're here for a very special episode.
Special?
Special episode. Special.
Another special. Okay.
Always special. Oh, the last
special.
of the nice guys podcast. I am Jason. What's that vibe? Hear me?
And I am Manny.
And we are the last of the nice guys. Now, our main host, Joe, is currently en route, so he'll be joining us later. But we've got to get started. The show must go on as we continue reminiscing about the past 20-something plus episodes, almost 30 episodes, with our newest addition, Mr. Manny. And he is giving us, again, more commentary on our past episodes. So as we last left off, a very, very tearjerker, tear-filled, heartfelt moment with the birds and the bees with Manny. Manny, how do you feel after revealing that to our audience, that sensitive side?
I hate it. I'm not normally like that off rip. You actually have to be pretty well known to me, right, to actually see something like that come out of me. Not that I'm against, shedding a tear or anything.
No,
like
of course.
But for me personally, it takes a little while before you get to see that. But whatever, it is what it is, and it was an emotional topic, and
yeah,
I love my children. That's my number one thing. So,
what about your people? I mean, your people again. Anybody listening and watching that is associated with Manny, you guys rock. All of you guys rock. I mean, I wish I had friends like you guys. Anyway, seriously though, what was their reaction? I mean, I'm pretty sure nobody really commented. I have a lot of comments that we have to get through. Not this episode, but a future episode from all of them. Wow, but not many, the comments, none of them, addressed your, your emotional expression. Did you get any personal reach outs, requests for hugs? And
I didn't get anything. Funny story. When they first listened to the podcast, no one realized that I was actually tearing up until they actually saw the video recap.
Right.
Then people were like, man, like that was really deep for you. And I was like, yeah, I mean, how often do you see me cry? Yeah.
You kept it you kept it auditory. You kept it manly, but visually it was you saw it. It's good. It's good. So all right, I'm glad to hear it. So are you ready to continue reminiscing with me about the past Last of the Nice Guys podcast?
Let's do this.
All right, hit me up. Was it episode 7?
Yeah, episode 7, the original. No, I don't want to be your friend.
I love the original one. Even though I'm telling you right now, our third most listened to episode is No, I Still Don't Want to Be Your Friends. So it's episode. Actually, let me look at it right now because it's really, really funny how that works out. Analytics. See, I love it. I'm on there right now. Top episodes. The top 3 episodes are, of course, the original one, which is episode 1, getting a little deeper, was where Joe and I discuss our friendship. And actually, Manny, we got to do another, get a little deeper with you, where you just explain yourself to the audience. So look forward to that. We're going to add that to next episode. Episode No, I Still Don't Want to Be. Oh, wait a minute. Holy crap. No, I'm wrong. No, I Still Don't Want to Be Your Friend is the second most listened to. And then, of course, the third one is Should Men Still Be Expected to Pay? So No, I Still Don't Want to Be Your Friends went from the bottom of the list all the way to number 2. That's how hot that particular episode was. But this is the original one, which is way down there. Let me see where that is. Oh, that's not that bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6 down. But it blew it out the water, though. So what is your comment on the No, I Don't Want to Be Your Friend, the original recipe?
So, hold on. So number 7. Where did we at? Oh, you guys were discussing dating overall with other people's children involved.
Right.
And I said that I've dated a few girls that have had kids and that oftentimes like me, because you discussed the little girl that called you daddy.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. I still to this day state very firmly she meant it as a term of endearment. It was more like I like you, you're cool. I'm pretty sure it wasn't that. I know that, but carry on.
Yeah, you got to steer off the FBI. They're looking for pedophiles right now.
That too. Allegedly.
I've had a lot of little what do you call them, situations with other women's children that have oftentimes liked me and actually respected me to the point where they actually like listened to the things that I had to say. I had a few females that were like, oh my God, like she's never this quiet. She's never like, what did you do to my child type nonsense. And I'm like, I didn't do anything. I guess I exhumed this.
Yeah. You project this authoritative, not authoritarian, authoritative.
Yeah. Nature.
Fatherly or paternal nature. That's all.
So, they responded to that. Yeah, they responded to it pretty positive. So it was never.
I think I almost called you daddy once, so it's okay.
Well, yeah, you're going to do it one day. This was never an issue, except for once. Oh, there was always playful banter there, and things would happen to make things feel that there was motion going forward, and then nothing. Okay, so this actually was a comment in reference to somebody that I thought was dating, and it didn't actually happen. It was more or less like a situation where I want to feel special, so I'm gonna give you that much attention, and then reel it back a little bit, stay quiet, and then throw my fishing line back in the water and see if you'll jiggle for it.
Yep.
And the reason why that one, to this day, that particular female acted in that manner still eludes me, but it's neither here or there. I moved on.
Right.
To the point that I've eventually just gave up trying to figure out why. The topic is understandable when you have the feeling of being used. Most women are known to use people for the sake of their emotions in a matter of inventing and needing to feel positive affirmations.
Right.
No one should have to accept the consolation prize of friendship. It is your right to go against it.
And it all depends. Consolation prize. That's exactly what I call it. When you like a girl and she only offers you friendship, that's a consolation prize. But that's not what you wanted. You wanted the goal. So which is, again, it's not a problem. It's great she can be mature enough to offer that. But I think that 9 out of 10 times when a woman offers friendship to a guy she knows likes her, it's because she wants that attention. She wants to be desired, but not have to give up anything. Or give it a chance, because for a fact if a guy says, I'm digging you, oh, we want to be friends, he doesn't just turn off his feelings for you. He may hide it, but it's there. It's there, and it's an ego trip. I am convinced that whenever a woman tells a guy, let's just be friends, even though she knows he wants a piece, it's an ego trip. You want to be felt special. I get it, but God, do not respect that. So I just don't.
Yeah, and you have every right not to. Just you have every right to open up your mouth and say, "Hey, I like you. I have a thing for you."
Right.
You either or do it either or. It all depends on where you are mentally and how you want to deal with that individual from that moment on. and it's pretty much all I wrote about that.
Yeah, I make it very, very clear. I do not fault, condemn, or belittle any man that does accept friendship, or whether it's after a relationship or when he's courting them. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that for me, in my experience and experience of those around me, it's just not a good idea. It just isn't. Now you have those oddballs, those randos. You have those. Yes, exactly. You have the ones that go against the grain. You know, the atypical guys who can make it work and cool. And I used to be that guy, but I also be that same atypical guy who made it work, but would crush me when being around that woman that I said, hey, we'd be perfect together. Watching her date somebody else that's beneath her, beneath me, and watching it fail, and then coming to me like, oh, this is what he did to me. I'm just kind of like, well, I'm right here. Oh, I can't find a great guy. What? Sorry? So that right there drives a guy nuts. It just does. Yep. So why put yourself in that position? You might miss out on a good friendship, or the even stupider idea, you might wear her down and she might actually fall for you, which is possible, but good God, why would you want to put yourself in a position? You like somebody, that was your intention. If they don't like you back, walk away. Unless you have mastered the art like Manny has of the backslide. Carry on.
So backslide is not always the cause for it, though. Sometimes I actually enjoy people's relationships or friendships.
No, of course. No, I'm just joking with you. That's just gonna be your. That's gonna be your. Your inside joke, because that's hilarious. I'm never gonna let that one go. So, okay. So, are we move on to the next one?
Sure. Episode 6: Should a married person have friends of the opposite sex? Ooh. Yeah. This
now
one was
Joe was able to do it kind of because he was engaged. I, of course, perpetually single, no idea how to. But you have been married and allegedly are still married. So I'd love your perspective on this. Should a married person have friends of the opposite sex? And I mean separate friends. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like not joint friends. You have your own friends and you have a friend of the opposite sex, your own friend.
Well, here's how I look at it. So when you're in a marriage, you obviously have a past, you have a history. So you're going to have a lot of friends, or maybe not a lot of friends, but you're going to have certain individuals that weren't in your spouse's life.
Right.
So at that point, you have to decide who amongst them basically will step up that ladder. Yeah.
Okay.
Step up that ladder and step up to the plate to be around the spouse more.
Right.
Because, a lot of the inside jokes, that you have with little friends might come out, and then you're like, well, what does that mean? What was that? Why is that so funny? What's going on?
I don't get it.
I don't get it. I don't think it's funny.
I don't like this right here.
Yeah, exactly. And then, that makes your spouse uncomfortable.
Right.
So, you have to determine who to bring forward in that aspect. And then at the same time, you have to make sure to maintain the amount of respectfulness within the relationship.
Of course.
You don't want to bring somebody in who's like, hey, your ass still looks nice that I remember in 6th grade. And you're like, no.
No. I don't think that's a friend. That's not a friend. That's someone who stayed friends after they told you they weren't interested.
Well, no, you still have some people that are like, oh, like even family does it, like, oh, yeah, you still have that round bubble butt from childhood and blah, 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 stuff like that. But again, it depends, and you have to determine.
You keep talking while I stir this up. Keep talking. No dead air.
Oh, no dead air. It all determines your level of respectfulness for your spouse. You definitely want to maintain the respectfulness, and you don't want to make your spouse uncomfortable at all. So my comment, as I'm going to read it, is that I believe that as there is a form of respect and the spouse is able to meet your friends without it getting weird, that you shouldn't have any issue. Why hide your past? Look at him. Look, ladies and gentlemen, cooking on air. Why hide who you are as a person when you're around other people in your life? Because everyone knows you are not the same exact person that you are with your significant other than when you are with your friends. Insecurity plays a horrible role in this kind of situation when it comes to friendships and relationships, and needs to be addressed prior to furthering the relationship. Jay, I just went ahead and said, when it comes, yeah, just to bring you up to speed.
Yeah, give me a recap.
So when it comes to bringing up for people in the past, which we were just talking about,
right?
Why hide your past? Why hide who you are?
Right.
In front of other people than you are with your spouse, because you are kind of two different people.
Okay.
You know, you're definitely one person when you're around your friends, and you're definitely a different person when you're around your spouse.
Right.
Obviously, because you're not trying to court your friends and you're not trying to do the same things, you know, and you're also not trying to treat your spouse as one of your homeboys. That just kind of makes things awkward.
I can see me going yo dog to my wife, and she might slap the shit out of me, but I'll still do it. No, it's funny because I just called. I don't know if she likes me or not, but it doesn't matter. But I just called a female. I said, that's cool, bro. And she's like, why did you call me bro? Like, she was mortified when I did that. And I said,
yeah, they don't like that word.
I said, I'm sorry.
They don't like that word.
She didn't like it when I said, when she said bye. And I said, okay, my dude, check it. I said, okay, just to piss her off. You know what I heard? This is no joke. As she walked away, do you know what I heard audibly?
Ooh.
That's all I heard. And I heard the door close. Yep.
Damn.
So, like, I love to play with them. But, yeah, I was like, yeah, bro. She's like, why did you call me bro? So, sorry.
Yeah, vulgar mama.
I call everybody bro, okay? Bro, you know, so.
Yeah.
That was great.
It's weird. I just met a girl who actually, she says bro, and she actually takes that in as well. So it doesn't even bother her at all. It's crazy. It's like, hey, bro, what's going on? Hey, nothing, bro. Blah. And she'll go back and forth, you know, but I just don't, you know, I don't get it. And another female friend of mine, hey, my guy, what's going on, my guy? And I go, hey, what, my gal, what's up? You know, and we go back and forth, and no big deal there. It just,
I love that, my guy. I hate that phrase. So it sounds so stupid. I love it.
I guess it just it strains on everybody's level of maturity. You know what? Because words are just words. You know, it's not like someone saying "Hey, bro" as a demeaning factor.
Right.
You know, it's just a word. Let it go. Who gives a shit? Whatever.
All right. So you just brought up, and I get it, and I respect that, the whole friendship from the past. And let me throw you a curveball. Brand new friendship after marriage of the opposite sex. Hit me with that now.
Brand new friendships when it comes to the opposite sex. That is a very tricky slope.
Yep.
Considering that, if you go from job to job or you know whatever, you're always meeting new people. Now you have to again maintain that respectfulness.
Okay. Hey, listen, between what is going on behind you, between that I'm cooking, look, you need to understand something. This is Last of the Nice Guys, and all three of us are fathers. Okay, so you just gotta, and we're really good at what we do. So we're domesticated. So you're gonna hear something in the background. You're gonna hear rice cookers and pots being stirred. You're gonna hear din in the background from children. Accept it, embrace it, because this is the sensual appeal of it.
I'm surprised they haven't come out yet, but I'm hoping that doesn't happen.
Good,
but but new friends. Again, it depends on the person that you're meeting. You always have to maintain that truthfulness. Like, hey, I am married, and you know, I have a husband, I have a wife, and blah 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 blah. And you have to bring up the point. Like, if you ever want to hang out, you have to be okay with the fact that I have to bring so and so. You know.
Do you really?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It depends on your spouse. If your spouse, like me, is not a very jealous individual and actually trusts you to the soul, like it's very hard to do.
Yeah.
But within their own soul, they can say, "Oh, he can hang out, or she can hang out with so and so, and not worry about it. You know, whatever, fine." If it becomes a habit, that's where it starts changing. Once in a while, you know, where you catch a couple drinks or whatever, you know, grab a beer, watch a once a week football game, you know, whatever. Right. But if it comes like a every other day thing, and then you're coming home late, you know, like, oh, like that's when, you know, questions start arising.
That notwithstanding, of course, that's because, and I only ask this question because it's a weird topic, because some people say, nope, you can't have any friends of the opposite sex. I'm the only opposite sex that you need to talk to. Why do you need friends of the opposite sex? You're married to one. And then others are like, yeah, that's cool, you know, and it's a really weird question. You know, I fully believe that, opposite sex, you're going to have friends, and they don't have to know. I mean, you can know of them, but you don't have to be, you know, be cool with them like that.
Yeah, I'm not saying you have to be best friends with everybody.
I have my friends, you have your friends, we have our friends. Not a problem.
Right.
And I've always said it, that if you have doubt or concerns or jealousy, whatever, once those things creep into your mind, that's it. If you can't discuss it with your spouse and their answer gives you the reassurance that you need, then you have no business being in that relationship anymore. That's it. It's over and done with. This is why I don't think I've ever officially, truly ever experienced jealousy, because I don't let it get to that point for me. If I feel a certain way and I can't get the reassurance, then I'm done. That's it, you know. Or I'll accept it as it is and I'll keep going. But I'm not going to start digging and looking and trying. So I can honestly say I don't think I've ever truly felt jealousy. And here's the problem with that, because most women, if you don't feel jealous, you don't care.
You don't care, yeah.
And that's why I have lost many relationships where they thought I just didn't care because I wasn't jealous. I'm like, no, I'm mature. I don't need to feel jealous. If you need me to feel jealous to show that you care, we don't need to be dating, because that's not me.
Right.
I'm not gonna. Who you been with? I'll do it, but as a joke. Who you talking to? I know you're no man while I'm in front of you. I would do that just to embarrass them, because it's fun for me. I'll take the jealousy tropes and make it a joke. It's fun for me, but I don't allow myself to feel jealous because I don't need to get to that point, because that's not showing you care. That's the ugly cousin of possession. That's one. And two, it's unnecessary. Why would you want to be with somebody in which you feel jealous of over something else and you can't get silence? Why would you want that stress on you? I don't understand. I don't understand to this day why some women will poke and prod and break into phones and hack and follow. Why would you go through all of that? This particular individual is not the last person on earth. And if they're so great, you wouldn't have to go through all of this. Even if they're not doing anything, clearly you have an issue. You can't solve it. Let it go. And then find somebody else that you feel more comfortable with. That's just how I feel. So this is what this is for me. It's like, if you are in a position where you are with a man or a woman, and they're like, and your response is, nope, you can't have any friends of the opposite sex, you need to exit that relationship and seek solace in yourself to find out why you feel. And yes, this is going to be the phrase that always gets people pissed off. Dive deep into your own insecurities, find out what's wrong with you, and then move forward, because it is you more so than it is them. I'm sorry. Let's also find a word on that. I want to get to
funny.
this.
It's funny that you said that, because Valder Mama said that to me all the time.
What?
I'm the only friend you need. I need to be your best female friend. And I never agreed with that.
I'm not saying that your wife shouldn't be your best female friend. She should be. I just fine. But what I am saying though is that she shouldn't be your only female friend.
Right.
If you're looking for female friends, like as you guys all know me right now, Mr. Jason ain't looking for any more female friends. But if he was, it wasn't gonna be like, oh, I'm married now, no more female friends. Period. It's no. If I meet you, you're cool. I'll be cool with you. So I'm just saying. This is probably why I'm still single. So this is why I'm dying. I'm dying for this one, the next episode 6, please.
Right, so wait, final thing.
Final thought.
Final thought. So
could you imagine if we waited for Joe? It's 8:00 now. Could you imagine if we waited for him?
Oh my God.
God, keep going. Sorry,
Okay.
Joe, you're the best. We miss you.
I don't.
Good. I'm good.
So I depict friendships. I'm just playing, Joe. As different levels, and I all the time. And I divide them by length of time and current experiences. I guess that you've gone through.
That is a lot of work.
Yeah, and it's crazy because obviously when you have new friends involved and you have older friends like us, Jay, you and I have just recently engaged in our friendship.
I mean, you can't get any more recent than this.
Right. So for us, but I
feel like I've known you for a while. Just keep
exactly. We have that kindred spirit that makes it super weird. So I can expose myself to a point. Obviously, we're not going on Jeffrey Epstein's island, but yeah.
Just to look things up. All we're doing is an investigation.
Sure.
For Last of the Nice Guys.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Last of the Nice Guys. Okay.
Allegedly.
So here's the thing that I have to say about that. So when it comes to meeting new people, you have to make sure that you avoid that risk of temptation. If you do, all you're doing if you put yourself in a situation to have temptation, you then put yourself in a situation to hide in a cave.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to hide in that cave your entire marriage? What is the point of doing that?
Yes.
Temptation sways everybody. Anybody can be easily done in by temptation.
Yeah.
So, temptation, avoid that. Respect, 100% back that up on it. And the idea of platonic relationships exist, and people that don't believe that it does is derived from untrusting and insecure natures of people.
Ooh, that's some hard truth right there.
Yeah, I've dealt with it for so long.
Some hard truth. Listen up, everybody, ladies.
Yeah, especially the ladies. Listen to the voice of
in a world.
Backslide. So we're gonna move right along to your favorite topic that you want to jump on so much.
Oh no, yeah, I've been dying for this one to hear from you with this one.
Episode 5: Dating women who make more money than you.
Yes.
I personally do not find an issue with the women being the breadwinner. We are in a new world.
We are in the current year
of no, we can't. This whole year is erased.
That's why I'm saying current year, because when you listen to this, when I say current year, whether it's 2019 or 2025, you don't know what year I'm referring to. I mean, for the love of God, gentlemen, we are in the current year, okay? So they can make more money than us, and we shouldn't feel emasculated.
Right. So because women are in the point right now that for so long they've been silenced, and for so long they didn't matter, basically, in society sense, not obviously as people.
What you're referring to is the good old days.
Yeah, the good old days.
I don't mean that. This is what I'm saying.
He does. That's why he's single. And I'm single too. Shut up. So we are in, motions have moved, and I just touched bases with this on the guys earlier.
Right.
We're in a different world. We're in a different time frame. Women have been silenced for too long, so now they're at a point they've been given opportunities to move forward, to be ambitious, and actually do something about it.
Right.
So I don't feel that there's anything wrong with, being intimidated by a very successful woman.
Right.
We're in a world now where women are just as powerful and successful, if not more, than men are. Allegedly, in a world currently fighting all sorts of equality, it is time to acknowledge these rights and factors that will stop this archaic methodology that this is a man's world. Considering, and here's the part. So I just said we are the archaic methodology that this is a man's world, but it is women that brings the man to life into this world.
This is a chicken and the egg conversation. Yes. I don't think we're ready for that yet.
I actually consider it. What is it? The phrase in Sparta, where they talk about how great all the movie Sparta.
Oh, you mean
300? Sorry, 300.
Sorry. Yeah. So the iconic line. This is Sparta.
No, not that part. When they were talking about how women shouldn't speak.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, yeah.
And the queen says, but it's the mother that births the Spartan men.
Yeah.
So fear us more, basically.
Exactly.
So,
I think she said only Spartan women birth real men.
Right.
So yeah, that's what she says, something like that.
That's what she always says.
That is what she says. Says it hard.
That's where I don't understand all the time.
Just do an episode quoting movies. That'd be great. The Last of the Nice Guys. Favorite movie quotes.
That would be great. We just engage in the conversation.
Could you imagine?
That'd be back and forth.
That'd be great.
Be great if there was a third person here. Okay, so moving right along.
Low blow. Fuck Joe, low blow.
Put your name on it.
Not a third person. It'd be great if the host of this podcast was here hosting the podcast. You're right.
Oh, yes, man. Right. This is great. So I go on and then saying that there's a story. that I dated somebody who did make more money than me one time, and
Okay.
the only time that it became an issue that made me really uncomfortable was I had expressed interest in buying whatever gaming console came out at the time, and that I wanted to buy myself one, and then I wanted to get my son something else.
Right.
The very next day, the consoles were bought for me.
That's what's up.
Yes, most people are excited about that, but
Right.
here's my problem. This individual had children. So to me, it's basically like you took away from your children
Right.
to give to me, to my son.
You're right.
So not that it demasculated me, it just...
No. Priorities. You're concerned
right.
about her priorities. You don't want her to put you above her kids. I get it.
Right. So that's the only time that it ever became a problem for me. I've been asked to be married by somebody who made hella more money than me, because eventually they got deported, but we won't go there.
I've had one of those stories. Yeah,
I think we all did.
Yeah, I've had one of those stories. Good times. So,
but that's it. I'm not the kind of person that likes to use people. So
right, yeah, I'm a giver. I'm not a taker. So which means
right.
I'm more about showing you stuff, and then when you show me, I do get uncomfortable. I try not to show it, but I do get uncomfortable, and I don't know why. I just I'll give 9 out of 10 times, but at 10th time you give me back something, I'm just like, you know?
I mean, if there's an equal sense to it, I don't.
No,
I don't
of course. No.
But
I'm
if it's
not
like,
saying,
if it's like,
for me,
oh,
it's big or small, it doesn't really matter. It's
right.
just weird for me because I'm so used to being the giver and expressing it that when it's given to me, I don't react immediately. Not negativity. I was going to say, why did you do this? But I personally, for me, I'm just like, what did I do to deserve this?
Why are you being so nice to me?
Exactly. Like, what is this? Are we breaking up? So yeah. So that's what it is. But I mean, I guess you can check episode 5 to hear what I fully think. But yeah, basically, I don't think against it either. I think it's fine as long as the woman doesn't throw it in your face, as long as she doesn't overstep boundaries. When it comes
she doesn't
to
try to control you.
And she doesn't try to control you. Sure,
Oof.
So, but other than that, I don't think it's. I think it's fine. I think guys, you should strive to find a woman that makes more money than you. It'll make courting her. It'll make courting her easier. So, for example, even though in the future it didn't really work out very well, when I first originally met this one woman, she either made more money than me or just the same amount of money than me. And to this day, she's still the only woman that ever offered to take me out. I took her out on 2 dates, and she insisted that she takes me out on a 3rd date. Insisted, and that's a jackpot right there. So I'm saying like that's when you have a woman that makes more money than you, is more than or is on the same par. It's more than likely that you'll get reciprocation, and it'll become more of an even thing where you won't be spending hundreds of dollars to court her without any reciprocation or anything like that. So that's me personally. I think that a woman who is secure in her monies won't be looking for that free meal, won't be expecting the man to express himself monetarily. She will take she'll take the venture with you, but she's going to see who you are, not what you can give her. So
right.
That's why I would appreciate dating a woman who either makes the same amount or more than me, because you can't do for her what she can't do for herself. So since that's out the window, it's about who you are, not what you can give her. And
exactly,
that's very special to me. All right, we're gonna move on to episode 4.
It's episode 4: selfishness, selfishness, and the definition of cheating.
Yes.
Whew, this is also a tough topic.
Tough it, dude. Get through it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best.
Toughen it out. I want you to shove it in there.
So I think Joe mistakenly said something that wasn't accurate, but I put in there. I said I think Joe meant to say emotional and physical cheating when it comes to like the different kinds of cheating.
Right.
I'm also not a very jealous person, and I've been told that it means that I don't care, which we just discussed.
Yes. See? Kindred spirits.
I've said several times that jealousy leads to insecurities that leads to fighting that person for that person, which then becomes
path to the dark side.
Right. so stay away because I don't want to be your father. And it gets tiring, especially if it continues happening constantly.
Sorry.
But there is a methodology when it comes to emotional cheating and physical cheating. Obviously, physical is when you actually engage in the action, and
yes,
emotional cheating is something a little bit more.
It's like forming a connection, a romantic connection,
right.
or a connection with somebody that's similar or goes beyond what you should have with your significant other.
Right. And you don't want to share those kind of experiences because you're already supposed to be experiencing that with your significant other. So if you're doing that with somebody else, you're creating an issue for yourself.
Yes.
You guys also asked how social media has transformed the art of cheating. And it has definitely completely turned it into a different monster.
Yes.
Especially for a person that assumes everything, that makes the situation even more crazier. For years, I've had to remove myself from social media accounts because of this.
Jesus Christ.
Right. Joking and flirting was never allowed to happen and has always been compared to what I've said and done to a specific person.
Right.
Meaning, again, you guys discussed it, liking photos on Instagram. Well, why the fuck are you liking that person's photos? Who is that person? How do you know her? Why are you saying that her picture is beautiful, but you can't even look at me and say that to my face? Why are you all up in my face about this? Like,
that's the definition of, wow, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, exactly. What the hell is going on here?
He's playing with his watch, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, I'm getting photos.
Forward that to me immediately.
It's a bald person. You don't want to see it.
Okay.
I mean, I'll send it to you, but whatever. Where am I compared to? Okay, so the thought that every female friend was either attracted or wanted to engage in sexual activities with me was always on that individual's mind. Now it flattered me to a point because I was like, okay, great. So you think I have mad pull? I can just go around and I got sauce, as they call it. It's all over the place.
Sauce.
Hey, it's great for me because I never knew I had it. I'm just here in this one moment and whatever. But whatever.
Good ego boost. Stressful ego boost, but it's an ego boost nonetheless.
Right. I never gave her a reason, and all I ever did was work, go home, maybe a gym session here and there.
Legend.
But that's it. No, it was a gym. Okay, his name is UFit.
I mean, you can get.
But definitely social media made it a problem because she was always concerned about how situations made her look in front of other people, whether it be family, coworkers, friend, or even internet acquaintances. I also agree that the term being self-absorbed has a lot more significance than being selfish. And too many people cannot see the difference, which leads to very many problems in this world.
That's exactly right.
So if you don't know the difference between doing stuff for yourself, for your own self, for your own actions, with the intent on even walking all over people to do it, then there's something completely wrong with you, because it's one thing to work on yourself when you need to. Yeah. And you're still being mindful of everybody else. It's another thing to be like, I don't give a damn about anything that's going on here. Jump off a cliff, go play in traffic. It's all about me right now, bitches. Right. You only live once, YOLO.
Oh, YOLO, YOLO.
And I just had this conversation with a coworker of mine where she said that, she's like, let me ask you a question. I'm dating this guy, and he basically told me that the way I portray myself on my social media, that it basically pushes men away. They become very, what do you call it? Just use the word somewhere.
Like intimidated, or?
Yeah, there you go. They become very intimidated because I show all of my purses that I buy for myself. So therefore, they look at me as somebody who likes the expensive stuff. So
I would see that.
And I told her, I said, listen, everything you just stated is actually real. This is legit shit. Like, people will look at it, and if you've got these, you go on these expensive yacht parties. Yeah. You're going out, you're buying brand new shoes. Yep. And expensive brand name purses and all this stuff. You're taking pictures with Maseratis and you're doing all this crazy stuff.
Left.
Right.
I'd swipe left. I'd say, you know what? I'm not on my bank account. I can't afford that. No,
exactly.
Right.
So she was telling me that she went on a date with this guy and he told her, like, I don't know how seriously to take you because because you portray yourself as this one individual, but you and I have gone out on dates and I've actually spoken to you, and it's like, who's this bitch?
Yeah.
Like, this is not the same person that I see here. Like, what's going on? So he's like, you need to kind of decide what you're going to do with yourself.
Right.
Because it looks like you are 100% selfish.
Yep.
You know, and you're looking for somebody to pamper you in your selfish nature.
Yep.
So she's like, damn, I had no idea. And I was like, yeah. I mean, I understand it because as a man, it looks like that I can't afford you. There's no reason for me.
Exactly.
Like, somebody is supporting you because you, your job doesn't look like it can portray, you know, you can't back it up.
Right.
So who's doing it for you?
Oh yeah, like you got a sugar daddy or something.
Right.
Right.
So you got this secret sugar daddy on the side, yet here you are on a dinner date with me. You know, why are you looking at your phone? Why are you looking at your watch? Is sugar daddy calling you? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. Are you looking for that transfer? That wire transfer? Like, what's up?
Right. So, you know, it's actually pretty funny, you know, having this topic because that just popped up.
Yeah, because it's funny because that's legit. I'm gonna tell you right now. Whether it doesn't matter what app I'm on or what if you look or seem stush or stuck up or about that glam life, you know, that high class. And I'm not to say that I can't do it or that I haven't dabbled in that. I have, but you will never tell. Have I been on a yacht party? Hell yeah, I have the footage to prove. But am I that part of that life? No, that's a rarity. So if it looks like that's all you got is you on a boat and you with Cristal and you know, I'll be like, no, I don't want to say out of my league, but out of my price range. And I will. I don't care how fine you are. I will swipe left. I will. Yep. I need me a down to earth girl. That's what it is. You don't seem down to earth. You don't seem people like that.
You don't. And the funny thing is, she's telling me that the individual that told her, the guy that told her or whatever. I asked her. I said, where is he from? And I believe she told me Dominican, which is funny because Dominican men and Cuban men are very controlling and possessive.
Right.
So they are 100%. I know this.
You do.
Fact checkers.
Okay.
Listen. So, you know, I told her, I said that, and that's the other aspect of it. You look like you portraying yourself on social media as a free bird, as no one can control you, do whatever the hell you want.
Which is nothing wrong with that, by the way. Nothing wrong with that at all.
No, hey, you live your life if you're doing
woman,
it in your own terms.
Independent woman, or whatever that song is called. I don't remember. I don't know the words.
The independent lady. No,
see, that's absolutely wrong too.
Shout out to Beyonce and Jay-Z. Love you guys. Yeah, give us free stuff. Yeah, that's right. I did it. Hashtag. Let's do it.
All right. I like it.
So I told her, I said, you know, most men look at that as not just intimidating, but they can't control you either, especially the men that you don't want to be around because they look at that and they're like, oh, I can't control this bitch. Let me just keep moving on because why? No, here she is. She's on a yacht party.
But that's a positive thing there. So if she's avoiding the possessive men with that behavior, there's a positive to it too then.
Mm-hmm. So it's helped her out. And she's like, well, I don't want those men either. I'm like, yeah, cool. But at the same time, you're throwing everybody else off too.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter at this point.
I gotta see this. I gotta see this individual's Instagram. I'm kind of curious to see what they saw because it's true. I probably wouldn't because I'm telling you right now. I just. And it's funny because some of them are really down to earth. Okay, our mutual friend's girlfriend's friend is kind of like that. She's gorgeous. Okay, she's gorgeous. And if you look at her profile on dating, if you look at her profile on social media, you're like, yeah, that girl is about the money. But then she'll come over, you know, looking like a regular chick during Friendsgiving, and you're just like, that's the same girl. And to my friend's girlfriend would tell me, listen, look past her Instagram, because she kind of wanted to hook me up at one point. Say, look past her Instagram. She's not like this. And I keep telling her, stop putting these photos up there because this is not you. You're portraying somebody completely different, and you're turning off people when in reality, I know you're the most humble person in the world. And I met her, and I'm like, yo, you're cool peoples. I can like literally have a drink with you. So who is this with the right? Like what is all of that? So
All right, check your phone.
So it's true. You know, don't judge a book by its cover. I agree, but it is. I don't have time to roll the dice on this.
And that's the crazy part because, and I even told her, I said, you know, a lot of people don't like to judge. You know, they like to. There he is.
Oh my God!
There he is.
Hold on.
There he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can't see, but the host of the show, Mr. Joe, at least his text has popped up. I don't hear anything yet though. But you know what time is it? He's an hour late. Well, you know, it is what it is.
Look, there he is.
Oh, and we get video. Oh, shit. Look at that. There's gone now. Ladies and gentlemen, he's playing peekaboo with us. So, now it's reconnecting. All right, so while we... Mr. Joe.
Hello, sir. Hello, guys.
Yeah. Are you going to give us your face or no?
I really can't. I can't.
You're really shaking.
But I have something for you though. I have something for you.
You have something for me. Is she Asian?
No. Yeah, I do. I'm gonna show you right now. Ready?
Okay.
No, you'll never get that. But let me show you. Right over here.
He just got here now, by the way. And this is already what's happening. It's a what?
It's a face of mine.
Okay.
My face. Oh, wait, did it go? It didn't go.
All I see is Joe. Text words, Joe. All you do is
I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to change his profile.
He's trying to, and he's failing. So while he continues to do that, just finish up the final thoughts before we move on to the next one.
So all I have to say, there it is. Wait, no.
Oh.
Okay. Oh. I see what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
I remember this photos from your mixtape, right? How did that go?
Gay Men Gone Wild? I saw that.
No, yeah, that one too. Yeah, it's from his mixtape.
I did it.
That's from Joe's mixtape, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching us, it's from his mixtape. Back in the day, Joe was an underground rapper. Sure. I think his mixtape. You sold, what was it? 105 copies. He muted himself. Carry on. All right, so finish up, man. Why did he even come on?
See, I think okay, Joe, what you have to do is you have to find how to change your profile photo to that and turn off your video. So
he can't hear you.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Yeah. Turn on your profile video. Yeah. So while you mute yourself, we're gonna get to you talking because you're making us cry. All right. So final thoughts on this one on episode 4.
So final thoughts.
Oh God.
That's horrible.
But it's funny. How can we still hear him when it's muted? His mic's muted, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, his mic is muted and we still hear stuff. Oh.
Okay. So final thoughts on episode 4.
Yeah.
Women and men, because men tend to do this too.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to live your life, but if you are looking for something meaningful, make sure you find a way to separate those two on your social media profiles, because there are times where people will look at that and they assume and they portray. Everybody assumes everything.
Right.
You know, human beings are a habit of foresight. If they see something initially, they will already assume what it's going to be down the road.
Correct.
If you look expensive now, you will be 10 times expensive down the road.
Very
a
true.
Year or 2 years down
Very
the road.
true.
So we are creatures of that kind of habit. It will not change. Not everybody has the same maturity and mentality to be able to understand and move forward from it. So if you are somebody looking for something meaningful, yet you've got thongs, pit photos all out and yacht parties and all this stuff, you need to really decide what exactly it is that you're looking for. So this is the time he wants to chime in.
Yeah, he did, but it sounded like a CB radio.
Right. So it portrays you as a selfish person.
Right.
Not everybody will give
materialistic or stuck up or stush. Right.
Not everybody is going to give you the time of day to actually get to know you and see whether or not you are this individual that you're portraying yourself or everybody's assuming you to be.
Exactly.
So figure it out. Find your even balance and just
fix your life. Fix your life.
Fix your life. Live your YOLO-ness separately from what you're trying to portray yourself out there. Because in the world of technology now, the initial sight is what people see first.
True.
And as far as cheating, don't do it. Cut the shit out. Love yourself. Love your spouse. That's it.
It's what I said. If you feel the need to cheat, then just leave your spouse. Leave. I mean, no matter what the excuse is. If you feel the need to cheat, if you feel it, or you're gonna do it, why do it? What's the point? You might as well just leave the relationship. And it sucks to say it like this. Leave the relationship. Move on to what you want. And if it's just for a fling, that means you wanna ride that single. Let them ride the single life. But I don't see the flip flop. You know, saying I just can't see me taking the risk of something that's good or great or my livelihood just for a taste. If I really need that taste, then I have no business being in that relationship.
Exactly.
I mean, it's yeah, there's gray areas, and I know I'm really black and white, but that's how I've been doing. You know, how I've been dating ever since the loss of my innocence. Like I don't think that there's a gray area. I don't think there's a back. I mean, if you're single and you're dating multiple people, that's dating, seeing them, seeing who you like, that's fine. But I mean, when you're in a relationship or committed or whatever, that's it. You chose this person for a reason. If you don't want him anymore, then you don't want him anymore. There is no, I just need to taste something different. I don't think that works like that, because then you're always going to want to taste something different. You get a little taste something different. You're going to want some more. It's unnecessary. I just think a lot of the drama that exists in this world when it comes to relationships is because people are selfish and possessive, right? And they want the cake and they want to eat it too, as opposed to just like, accept your reality. It sucks. If you're in a marriage for 10 years, you got 2 kids, and you realize, I don't want to do this anymore. It sucks. But it would suck even worse if you start stepping out. You get caught, You cause troubles. Come on, the lesser of 2 evils. That's all I have to say. Just don't do it. All right, episode 3.
Wait.
Oh shit! I forgot Joe's here.
Chime in real quick?
If you can, yes. We're more than happy to hear from you.
Okay. So, no, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Nothing. I'm hoping that your audio works.
Oh, well, it looks like I'm pretty good though on my end. So
yeah. Sounds great. Say what you gotta say.
No, first of all, I want to apologize for just kicking the door in with in the middle of you guys doing this. But I just want to ask a quick question. The episode that you guys really.
I was just asking. It sounded like you're about to say your farewell speech. Sorry.
Really.
Listen, I've been through so many.
I can't wait. I can't wait to interrupt you whenever you talk at times, so I can go ahead and be like, oh, hey Jay, are you an asshole? Oh, you are? Oh, okay, great.
No, here's the thing, though. Joe, here's the thing, and I want to be pretty honest with you. The reason why you can't do that to me is because you're not as quick-witted as me, so you would never be able to. So I'm just saying.
I'll just go ahead and get Raza after you, and then.
Damn! Wow, shots fired.
That sounds like your biggest weakness right there, anyway. So.
I do that. All right. I'm sorry. Carry on.
I just wanted to ask the episode in question that you guys were talking about was 4, correct? Or 3?
No, it was at 4. 4. Selfishness and the definition of cheating.
Oh, okay. Because my stance on the entire cheating episode, we could have actually done that for another 2 hours.
Yeah.
All things considering, I wanted to recap real quickly, Manny. I know you listened to the episode already, but I've been a victim of that twice, as Jason already knows. So that having that happen to me, and the mentality of it, I kind of don't expect much anymore. Well, I used to not expect much. Let me just correct that, because now I'm currently in a good relationship. I'm in a happy place. But allegedly. I did not.
Super allegedly.
So I did not expect that to happen. Like I don't expect things to happen anymore that are like that create some type of positivity or happiness. Right. I usually just expect the worst because of those circumstances that happened before to me. If that makes any sense whatsoever. So
no, it does. It means that what you do is you visit the sins of your past on the present. I get you.
Right. So that's the reason why I am always, and I've quoted myself on this in the beginning of my current relationship in the beginning, because I was asked, oh, why are you so not closed-minded, but why are you so defensive and have a hard shell? It's because I'm always watching my back, figuratively, in a way where I have to like get that trust to like 100% at whoever I'm seriously dating,
right?
And it has to stay there for practically for as long as possible. So because I need to know that me and you are on the same page when it comes to trust, because I already know how it was when the other person was not on the same page and they were like on page like 95 and I was like still back on page 2. So it was very groundbreaking for me to have to witness that and feel that. It was a lot. It was definitely a lot. So
dare I say that Joe, you are scorned?
But you know I've been scorned.
Shut up! I was trying to name drop my original web series.
So you're a woman scorned?
Oh shit. Yes. So yes.
He said, whatever. Forget you. No, what Manny, if you don't know that originally the studio was created to produce one series alone called Scorn, the female condition. So I was name dropping that because I haven't actually said that term or referenced it in a long time. That was my bread and butter. But that was it. It is so. I mean, don't ever look for it because it's so crude and stupid. But no, because when I first bought the character,
not stupid.
Huh? No,
it's not stupid.
No, the concept is not stupid. The execution, not as good as it could have been. But it's because I was new. So anyway, moving on.
But you know what?
Yep.
We've all suffered from some sort of cheating at some point of our lives. I was cheated on multiple times by the same person.
Allegedly.
It was very allegedly. It was a legend. That's how alleged it was.
It was a legend. It was a legend like that's hot.
So and I cheated in my life once.
Have you really?
Yeah. To the point where.
Can I ask you before you get to the point? Can I ask why?
I was young and stupid, literally young and stupid. I was like 16, 17, 16, something like that. And I'm not going to go into the story, obviously. But
no, of course not. Of course not.
It felt so horrible to me that I actually opened up about it to my girlfriend at the time.
Right.
And I basically snitched on myself. We broke up for a little bit, and then we got back together, and we were together for a while. But in that time frame, having felt that, yeah, I know you're looking at it.
Oh my God. Yeah, I would swipe left on this chick in the heartbeat. I mean, she is slamming, but I would swipe left in a heartbeat. Like, I mean, she is gorgeous. She's absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, I can see that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you understand now, huh?
Yeah, I would swipe left in a heartbeat because I just like, yeah, this girl is gonna be expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I get a
Oh, it's expensive. I know how that is.
Well, but you're
poor, bitch.
Legit, though. That was a legit thing. What we were referring to is women who portray themselves as to be that particular way, high class, high end, and they may be that way, but they're more down to earth than they really portray themselves to be, and they turn off guys like us who look at them and say, that's expensive. That's out of our league. That's unapproachable. So what we were referring to is women that portray themselves like that on social media, but they are down to earth and approachable. And what you're referencing is a woman who is what she is with only a hint of humbleness. So that's
she likes to settle.
Right. Like in other words, she was probably what was it called? Roughing it when she was dating Joe.
Yeah, she was slumming it.
Slumming it. That's the word. She was slumming it when she was dating Joe. So that's what it was. So, sorry, Joe. Didn't mean that.
I did.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Go fuck yourself.
I will later. So
that's really hot. It's really hot.
I'll be thinking about Joe. So
Joe's tears.
Yes. So again, I've been cheated on, and I've cheated, and in that moment, that weakness, that heartfelt self-imposed shittiness that I just beat myself up for the longest time. I don't ever want to feel that way again.
Right.
On either side, being cheated on and being the cheater. So to me, I can't even do it anymore. The thing of it, the temptation, the thought, it's just like I impossible. Like, so
it's kind of like, it's kind of like that feeling where you drink too much, and the next day when you think about drinking, you kind of have that immediate reaction. You're like, oh. So it's kind of like that for you, yeah.
Yeah,
I get it.
Just I can't do it again.
That's good. That's really good. All right. All right. So episode 3, the pressures of adulting.
So
Basically, yeah, it was an episode about how being an adult sucks.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, okay. So this is what life was when we were like kids, and this is what we wanted to rush to.
Yep.
I just want to hurry up and be so big. Yeah.
Yep.
Screw yourself.
Yep.
So basically, I started off by saying at 17, hearing that I was about to be a father, the only fear that I had.
What did you just do, Joe?
He listened and he put up a.
No, you put the wrong thing up. Whatever you putting up, you put the wrong thing up.
Yeah, but that's.
He did that on purpose.
I know that maybe your soul may be screaming that right now, but it's the wrong podcast. You're on the wrong podcast.
I'm advocating. Okay, fine.
Put your face on there. People want to know what you kind of look like.
Put your mixtape up there because maybe we can get it to 200 copies now. Okay, come on. Put that cover art there.
Jay's just jealous because I'm
okay. Where can we find you? iTunes? What?
Joe's on Napster.
That's what I was gonna say. I said Joe's mixtape is so old it's still on Napster. That's what I was gonna say. You dumb fuck! You took that away from me. I needed it. I was going there.
Okay. So funny. So fucking.
That's how
funny.
That's how his songs start off.
No. His first, the first lyrics of his thing was boom, boom. My name is Joe. I ain't no hoe. That's the very first lyric. Very first lyric. I swear to God.
Wow.
And that's when I turned off the CD. That's when I turned off the CD.
That already screams lies to me.
Yeah, that's when I turned off the CD. My bad, Joe. I still have it.
Why would I be a hoe? I'm not a hoe.
So exactly, that's I'm reciting your lyric. My name is Joe. I ain't no hoe.
A hoe is a farming tool, so I would really
a hoe is a farming tool, man.
Oh,
then you are a hoe. Then you're a hoe. Yeah. Okay, so adulting.
So
get through this so get to the good stuff.
Yeah. So the only fear that I had at the time, hearing that I was going to be a father, was letting my mother know. She was.
That's a good photo. I'm sorry. That's a good photo. That's respectable.
That's nice and clear there.
And that's a good photo. So I like that.
That was in London. I'm sorry. That was in London.
He thinks he's fancy because he went to London.
This is one of those situations that we were just talking about.
Yes, exactly.
He's portraying himself to be something he's not.
Right. He's portraying himself to be more sophisticated than he really is. He ain't shit, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait. How?
Because look at you. That's a sophisticated. No. Look, we're gonna move on because I don't want to be editing a 2-hour episode. Okay, for our last one, adulting.
Okay, so my mother was the last person to know that I was having a child at 17 because her exact words were, "Do not make me a grandmother before my time or I will kill you."
Oh, shit.
So she was literally the last person to know. And when I finally got the balls to tell her, I was immediately reassured that she had my back regardless.
That's good.
And I went from, holy crap, I got to tell my mom, to, damn, my mom has my back. I didn't even realize that, whatever. So at the time, I almost didn't graduate high school on time because I was so ambitious on making sure that my son had everything that he needed.
Wow, that's maturity.
Came into this, right. So I was willing to just give that away for my child. Obviously, I graduated, so I didn't have to worry about it.
Wow, it wasn't so obvious. Can we see your high school diploma?
Next episode, because I have to go find it.
Next time on The Last of the Nice Guys.
Does he really have the proper credentials, or is he just as fake as Joe? So
I like it.
Yeah, we can actually go see Jason's birth certificate and check out the height, and it'll probably remain the same as it is today.
Wait, I didn't even attack you. Manny attacked you. So hold on. Manny just attacked you. So
No. I just wanted.
No.
He gave me the
Manny
idea.
attacked you.
He gave me the idea.
Manny attacked you.
He gave me the idea.
Why did I get hit? Okay.
Because he gave me the idea.
That's you guys hear that's my doorbell, y'all. That's my doorbell. That's my my kid's mom picking up one of my kids. Yay!
You guys have something that you got to hash out real quick? I mean,
oh no, me.
Backsliding over here, Joe.
Me.
Ain't happen over here. No.
Oh wow! Man. Wow, live. We're having a nice. This is probably one of the best live moments we've had so far, guys. What? that Jay's BM is literally
at the door.
At the door. And this is the best live moment we've had. Nice.
Sure. I guess if this is the highlight of the entire series, then I really feel bad for our podcast. I mean, I really do.
The highlight. I mean, I was the fucking highlight. I mean, come on. I was the highlight. That's you know.
So we're gonna continue going with what I was saying.
Yes, what were you saying?
I adapted to growing up quickly, so young, seamlessly, and it made me who I am today. So I wouldn't have changed any of it.
Right.
I don't believe that marriage is something that you should rush into, regardless of who's causing the pressure.
Only fools rush in.
Right. That was a great movie.
That's a good movie, by the way.
Yes,
great movie.
Yes, it was.
Great fucking movie.
Yes, it was.
And I'm bringing this up because you guys were talking about the pressures of marriage, Mr. Joe.
Absolutely, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep talking. I think my food's burning.
Gotcha, man. It shouldn't be pressured regardless of anybody. I don't even give a damn who it is. Time should be taken because marriage is really just a legal document. If you're already living together and have established a unified relationship, you're technically already in a marriage. You are married. There's no reason to involve this archaic nature of signing a piece of paper to be married to that other person. There's so many other things to do that are beyond that.
I've heard that before. Yeah.
Right. And it's crazy how people are just like, oh, he loves me or he doesn't love me because he won't marry me, yada, 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 yada. As far as people being interested in your life, it's fine as long as they don't continue pressuring either side into the marriage. The terms should be set by the couple and the couple only and should be respected by everybody else regardless. I hated feeling the pressure myself because I was against going with the plan of doing it, I was against going with the plan and wanted to do it our way. I wanted to break the social norm. Times have changed and social norms also need to change with it. Stop the pressure and work on your own life. As far as my children growing up is concerned, I understand that raising children in split households can make issues in raising them. My son, being an adult now, still has a lot to learn, but I know in time he'll figure it out. Right. And again, this was all just discussed because you guys were talking about raising your kids in separate households, pressure in being married, and all that other stuff. And all I hear is that I should hope my smaller ones grow up to be like her. I hate that. Valder Mama.
Oh.
We were talking about raising children in separate households.
That's a shitty quote.
Yeah.
No, I don't agree with that. I don't either. I mean, there's certain elements about her that are fine with me, but they don't need to be just like her. Exactly.
Because I'm gonna be I'm gonna be consoling.
Check this out. You want one of the best moments of the podcast? Come here. Come here. Come here.
What?
Come here. Come here.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
That's the BM, everybody, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi.
I talk so much crap about you on this podcast. You smell great.
I showered.
You smell great. Good to see you. We're just going through all the episodes of the past. So it's good to see you. But I gotta get back to this thing, so you gotta go. It's the past. It's how we show. Did you knock down my stuff from my studio?
I did. Wait, it might be broken.
She broke my stuff from my studio.
Wow. So yeah,
there you go. Now there's the best moment of the Last of the Nice Guys podcast right there. Wow. That's the best moment. Okay. So that being said,
did he tell you that he has like a little short man? Yeah.
Hold on.
I don't
a lot of imagination.
I can't believe that because
imagination had to be.
She procreated with you twice.
There's
no way. There's no way. No way.
It don't take much. You don't need much to procreate. That's it.
Okay, but you enjoyed it.
Wow, there you go. Because she never complained before. Hold on. Let me tell you something right now. I wasn't her first. I wasn't her first at all. So
I have to say, honestly, I think during that time I was on some type of drugs and alcohol. It was just a blur.
It's true.
Wow.
Sure.
So
Why have I heard that before from my own? Wow.
Exactly, because they're all full of shit. That's why. They're all full of it. That's why.
Why do they always go to the drugs?
Don't you have to go home? You do smell really good, though. You don't look good, but you smell really. Anyway, so with that being said, where are we?
Okay. So
this is still going up.
That really was the best moment of this podcast.
On everywhere. This is a video. What do you think this is? That's right.
Thank you for the candle.
No, that's not my candle. You can't take that candle. Okay. All right, bye.
What you cook?
I burnt it.
I smell it.
Yeah, I burnt it, so it doesn't matter what I cooked.
And you kept the stove on too?
It's my fault. No, whatever. I gotta do a podcast. Carry on. So moving on.
Manny.
Yeah, Joe.
The best. You know what the best part about this is?
What?
What?
You know what the best part about this is?
Which
that
part?
he got slapped like 4 to 5 fucking times.
You see, here's the thing though. But that's her love language. So I don't take it personally because the way she was raised was in I wouldn't say violent, but very physically. So that's the only way she can show her affection.
I'm just glad. I'm actually glad that happened because that's
because it reminds you of you. because I know. Did you throw an apple? This is my studio. This is expensive. Anyway, so because when it comes to Joe's relationship with his BM, I do know she used to beat you. So what did that bring you?
The only time
what you just witnessed, was that PTSD for you? Was that what it was?
No, the only time I actually seriously got hit or tried to get hit, because my reflexes are pretty decent, was in the
tried to get hit?
No, I'm serious. I got hit in the courthouse the day that the judge was like, all right, cool, you only have weekends with your son. Not to me, to her. Basically saying that I have full guardianship and full custody. And then when she came out and she was like, how could you do that to me? That's my own child. And then whap, she hit me. And then the court officer came and was like, look, you got to go. And I was like, bye, have a good day. Yeah.
I have a feeling that's going to happen to me. But
Yes, it is. But you know what? You got to keep it up. You got to cover the face, you know?
Yeah, I got to.
No, you really got to keep it up, Manny. Like, you got to, persevere.
Yeah, you got to
persevere.
So
yeah, it's tough.
All right, so okay? We move on to what is that? What you randomly throwing at me? What is it? So we're gonna move on to episode 2.
Bye.
Yeah, we're on episode 2.
Bye.
Tell your father bye.
Bye. Bye, son. Listen, you can have if not, I have to do something else because I didn't know I didn't know I left it on there. So no, he doesn't. So anyway, we're gonna move on to episode 2, social media stalking.
Social media stalking.
Now, with that being said, there actually is. I am doing a podcast.
So anyway, the food is actually pretty decent.
Yeah, but like,
No. I'm doing a podcast. No, I'm literally doing a podcast. Literally, it's not even a joke right now. I'm on a podcast. I can't cut it. Well, I can, but I won't cut this stuff out. So can we take this outside? Take it outside. Take it outside. Take it outside. Take it outside. Take it outside.
I'm
I
dying.
haven't even gotten to relax yet. You gotta take it outside, girlfriend. Girlfriend, please.
I haven't been to sleep since yesterday.
Nope.
I worked to a double and came home.
That was a choice.
That sounds like a personal
Exactly.
problem.
It sounds like a personal choice. Yes. Oh no, I'm sorry. Personal problem. Sorry. So
I am not getting involved.
Say it though. I just repeated it. Bye. Come on, go sacrifice my podcast.
Oh my God.
Who let her in? You let her in?
That is your
You let her in.
Hey, did you tell them this is you to scale? This is you to scale.
Is it? You want me to show them what you look like? I have it right there on the stove. Okay. All right. So with that, I know that's right. Gargle it. Get out of here.
I hope you don't edit any of this shit out.
Huh? No, I'm not
I hope
putting
you
any
don't
of this out.
edit any of this shit out.
This is our part 3 of our anniversary special. So if you hung in there with us,
This is fucking classic. This is classic shit.
It was classic.
This is
It's staying in
classic
there. Stay there.
shit.
Shut that door and lock it. Shut the door. Shut the door and lock it. 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 I mean, hey.
Don't let her
good
back
night.
in.
Have a good night. Oh, good night. Anyway, so with that being said, oh, I did. You're right. You're right. The warming KY jelly. Gotcha. Bye. Okay, so
her name's on it, so she's always thinking about you. It's great.
All the time.
Nice.
So
that's how I look at it.
We're going to do episode 2. Now, social media stalking, that was the title of the original episode. However, sorry about the tangent, guys. That was a hot mess. Yeah, I know. It's all messed up. I have to figure it out. We threw everything around.
And I thought I was bad with my noises outside, too. Wow. Okay.
So with that being said, there's actually a new term for social media stalking. It's called orbiting. Have you heard about that? Okay, now orbiting is a term by which
orbiting. I just know the website Orbits.
Shut the fuck up. No. What exactly, right? So orbiting basically is where an ex is still following their ex. Sorry, a person's still following their ex on social media. They like their stuff every once in a while. They kind of see they're reviewing their podcast. They are just close enough to be relevant in the person's life, but far enough not to have any interaction. So social media stalking actually is called orbiting, where you don't want to do when they pop up on your screen. Oh, they looked at my stuff. Why they look at my stuff? Oh, they like. Why do they like? Oh, they're following me. And some of it gets to a point where you're private or you have a different account just to follow the individual. It's called orbiting.
Is that your BM, Jay?
Yeah, actually. Well, not so much anymore now. Now that that we've opened up lines of communication, she doesn't need to stare into my social media. She kind of just like. There, but originally that was.
What about you, Manny?
I don't have those problems allegedly because, as I stated in my comments, her entire family and some of her friends that reach out to her are all blocked from everywhere because I was tired of dealing with all the fighting and the commentary and the nonsense. So
here's the thing with that though. That doesn't always work though, because I tried that in the past to block everybody. And you know what? It didn't. If they really want to, they're gonna get a hold of it and try and
Well, all my stuff is private anyway. So none of my stuff is public.
So what do you have to hide?
Not from anybody. I just don't want to hear. I observed this or I watched this and I saw this. And were you referring to me? Were you referring to no? It's got nothing to do with you.
So what you're saying is that after you joined the podcast, the Last Nice Guy podcast, you went private. That's what you're saying.
No, actually, I was private before the podcast, sir. and it's only a matter of time before she stumbles upon this one.
I can't wait for that. All of our exes have stumbled upon this podcast and have said stuff to us
mine is pretty much hit that. I've had actually my son's mother actually did listen to that before. I mean this podcast before. But it wasn't really anything crazy. It was just a question. It was like one of those, so that's how you feel kind of things.
No. So it was you ain't taking my son nowhere. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, right. But that was one episode though. But another one was it was that.
We've all had an interaction with our BMs with this podcast or some other exes with this podcast. So Manny needs to break his cherry on that as well, where she finds it, listens to it, and says, "You son of a bitch."
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
It's gonna be pretty bad.
Yeah. And then you can do what I did: have her walk into your house and drag her on camera. Why the hell not?
I don't think I'll ever be there. I don't think.
You know what? Give it 10 years.
Maybe in 10 years.
That what you saw just now, whether genuine or not, it took about 14 years to get to that point. So I'm just letting you know, 14 years. So
well, I mean, you would hope that people by then grow at least a little bit.
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't have to. You don't have to be friendly with the individual. You can just be cordial or you can be respectful. So you don't have what that was just now. You don't have to get to that point. That's not required to be a good father, to raise your children and whatever. You don't have to hate the person. You want to nothing them. And for a while I nothinged her. So, that's one thing, but give it 10 years, give it 10-15 years, man. You'll knowing because you and I are kindred spirits like that. Give it 10-15 years. It'll happen. You'll get to that point.
I'm sure in that amount of time it might be slightly okay. I do see her being like, "Oh, that's how you felt back then. Why didn't you say nothing?" And blah 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 blah. Whole nother nonsense. And I'm like, "Yo, you're what am I, Cosby now? You're coming at me later on in life."
Well, this podcast is your destiny for something. So who knows?
You know what? I feel that I came onto this podcast to be another voice, to help people, because as you've read in some of the comments that we've had on here, there's been a lot of people that have been not physically touched. They've been touched, but not physically, because I don't like touching people anymore. COVID, allegedly. But it's just, again, my thing is I like to spread positivity, and everybody has their own form of uniqueness that needs to be put out there. Because it's going to be helpful to somebody at some point. There's a lot of silent voices that need to be heard, and that's one of the goals that I'm hoping to get there. Social media being the only way nowadays to do that, especially
right
with the pandemic. It's just it's the best way to do it. So when it comes to stalking, like I said, her entire family,
mm-hmm.
I mean, I would post something as of Matthew Hussey. Are you guys familiar with Matthew Hussey?
No.
He is
the last name sounds familiar.
He is a motivational speaker on relationships, more or less on the female side. And he always says things like, if he's really into you, these are the 5 things that you look for. Or if he says these things to you, he's totally not interested, or this is what you do, yada, yada, yada. Relationship type tips.
Right.
And I don't remember what it was that I posted one time, but that immediately went to her, and that created an issue and a fight. And I was like, you know what? I don't know who said it, but block, 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 block. It's been silent ever since. I can post whatever the hell I want.
Right.
And the only question is, why am I still blocked? Well, there's nothing on here that you need to look at. Maybe down the road when we become, somewhat sensible cordial to each other. Yeah, cordial, But right now, it's really not that important for you to look at my shit. I mean, you and your damn family, because the thing is, everybody misconstrues certain things.
Mm-hmm.
If I post a picture of a broken heart,
yep,
what does that mean?
Yep.
Did he just break up with somebody? So that means he moved on.
Oh yeah, I
he's
hate
dated
that
somebody
shit.
else.
Yeah.
And then you tackle it on. I'd rather go the peaceful route. I don't want to hear it. Shut your damn mouths. I don't want to see it. Let it go. Just ease into the future. That's what there's a lot already going on right now. So what's the point of bringing all this other stuff? Like it's not important. So it's definitely been very peaceful. And when it comes to those fake profiles that pop up every now and then, because I actually had one recently.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it to the guys before, and I'm going to tell you guys on here. Are you guys familiar with the show URJ of 90 Day Fiance?
Oh God, that trash that I can't stop watching.
Oh yes, yeah. Actually, that's so crazy you mentioned that, because we actually just started. Well, we don't watch it no more, but she was obsessed with like the latest season that came out, because I have the Fire Stick, and she was obsessed with that shit. Like the last season, we were binge watching it. I'm like, why am I watching this shit?
Exactly. Exactly.
But it's still so entertaining.
It is.
Like,
you can't stop.
Yeah,
it's like
why?
Love is Blind. Like Love is Blind is the dumbest piece of trash I ever watched, and I couldn't stop watching it. It was just trash TV.
It's so horrible. But the only reason why I bring it up is because allegedly this individual who only had one Instagram photo, several followers, several following her, because I don't even know who it is. Could have been a 90-year-old man for all I know. But one photo. And one of the guys was like, yo, let me see this photo. And he did research on it. He's like, yo, don't fall for the nonsense. It's involved in a lot of scam accounts, whatever, this and that. Right. I was like, yeah, that's fine. I just want to engage and see where this goes. Because this individual says her name is Diana from Ghana. Why are you messaging me from a whole nother country? That makes no sense to me. Oh, well, I found your photo and I felt a little sad and this and that. And again, the efforts of social media. Mm-hmm. I was like, wait, I don't understand. Like, what made you look at my face and was like, I want to talk to that guy?
It's handsome. It's inviting.
Not from that far away.
Listen. Maybe Redbone is back in Ghana too. You don't know.
But I'm not going there. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is our? Can you imagine that? Like, what's the first date going to be like? You have to plan that months in advance.
Hell yeah.
First of all, we're in the middle of a pandemic, so you have to determine your flight, how you're going to get over there, what you're going to do there, where you're going to stay.
It's called virtual dating. I mean, it's not a topic we've got on yet on this podcast. It's virtual dating, FaceTime, Netflix watch
Yes,
party.
because let's bring back society even further by doing fucking virtual dating. Let's do that.
I've attempted that, but I want to save it for another episode. But I've attempted that, and it would have been if it happened, it would have been great. So,
but again,
Jay, I'm glad that it never happened.
But I liked her. She was nice and she was pretty.
But see, this is one thing. Listen, it's a local person, right? Don't do that with your mouth.
Well, no, it was. Well, no, I mean local as in like she lived in Alabama, local, but yeah.
I mean, okay, so it was still in the States. This person was on the other side of the damn world.
Okay, so the sun is rising while you guys are talking. The sun is setting while you guys are talking. So what? No, okay, guess what? The sun never sets on your relationship. Boom.
I can't believe
that wasn't even a relationship.
Right? No, but if you got to that point, we're losing
the only reason why I brought it up because it's social media stalking. So the person was stalking me through social media because again, false accounts. And it was a scam. So everybody pay attention. Don't fall for the slack. If this person only has one photo, they are definitely hiding something. There's no reality to their life that they're trying to portray. Agreed. They can sit there and say, I love long walks on the beach. Well, where the fuck is your damn photo of you walking on the beach?
Yeah. Where's your
I want to see you walking on the beach.
Where's that photo of you with your hand backwards with a hand on the beach?
Yeah, like none of that. So again, the only reason why I brought up this funny story is because it was a potential scam, and I'm not going to land on the next 90 Day Fiance and be like that guy that with the Russian girl. Like I sent her $500,000 and I still haven't met her to this day, but we've been on and off dating for like 5 or 6 years. But I love her.
I'm not gonna lie. There was a few couples on there that I actually like. One couple in particular, I really mean this though. I really felt bad for the woman because she was over here in America, and I think he was some Middle Eastern dude, and I felt really I was like, no, I can't watch this no more.
Oh yeah. The Indian guy with the black girl, and he literally told her in the car, "Shut up and stop talking. Enough. You don't talk anymore."
It was that one. It was that one. Actually, it was that, and it was the other one. Remember the heavyset girl, the heavyset white girl? She was. I think he was Hispanic. Was he Nigerian?
So not about this episode. We can talk about this. If you guys want to make this a topic, we can make this a topic. I mean, I haven't gone very far. I think I only made it as far as season 2, because I was watching it with my homegirl, and I can't watch that smut without anybody there around. So I need this got to be like a communal experience. So
definitely. But social media stalking.
Yeah, final words on social media or orbiting, as they call it. If you're the kind of person like myself that enjoys keeping the negativity out of your life, and this is the methodology that you do, you just block everybody.
Hope everybody does that.
Right, but not a lot of people do that. A lot of people are like, they bring politics into it. Like, oh, I haven't unfriended anybody because they are voting for Joe or they're voting for Donald. You know, whatever have you. If you want to avoid negativity in your life and you have somebody in your past that you don't want looking at your stuff, determine the extent of the orbit. If it makes the situation uncomfortable for you or anybody that you're around, then by all means do what you have to do. It is definitely a thing. It doesn't just happen to people from your past. It could be somebody that, bullying, the whole cyber bullying or whatever. That's a very big thing too. And they stalk on social media. It's do what you have to do. We and Jay and I expressed this. I have a friend of mine that actually went through this. She was victimized through this social media stalking, orbiting. She's lost jobs. She's had very many issues with people stalking her and creating fake accounts, causing a horrible backlash from some of her friends, her coworkers. And it's despicable because I can't believe that there are people, internet trolls and just people out there to get you for the sole purpose of seeing you fall.
Mm-hmm.
So again, to avoid that, you just got to do what you got to do. You know, and just, I don't know, keep your head up and block whoever you have to block. And, you know, I don't know, it's not always, it's not going to be forever. That's all I have to say about that.
Right.
It sucks, but
fantastic. So the final topic, which was big because it was the very first thing I really wanted to talk about, should men pay, episode 1.
Oof.
Now that's the huge thing, and I still, whatever I said in an episode, I still stand by what I said in an episode. But Manny, should men still be expected to pay? Now this is all the time, basically. First dates, second dates, third dates, most of the time. Is that still a thing?
If you're on a first date, it should never be expected. Now, if I am inviting you, say, hey, let's go out on a date, whatever. Obviously, you know, for me, if I'm the one inviting, I will pay. That is just the kind of person that I am. If you at some point, or the females at some point says, or, you know, the other person says at some point, I want to split the bill, that makes me feel comfortable, whatever, that's fine. But the expectation of having to pay each and every time, or even as a story that you guys had expressed, Jay, in the episode, unless you're in a long-standing relationship and it's actually proven that it's going to be a long-standing relationship, don't ask for money. You know, I have a bill to pay. How do you feel about that? You know, like, come on, don't. That's very shameful. You know, I feel like that this should be an episode of Game of Thrones when she was walking through the square naked and everybody was just throwing shit at her, literally to shame her. Those individuals definitely need to walk that shame.
Yeah.
Because
shame.
How dare you?
Shame.
How dare you have that mentality as, oh, well, we've begun the courtingship or we've begun the dating process, so therefore you need to start taking care of some of my bills. No.
Yeah.
The episode that we just talked about with women being ambitious and having the same amount of power, if not more, of men. Where are those people? Like, why would you?
Why do women still expect men to pay? You know, if we're in the current year and women are most of the times are on equal, if not superior playing field sometimes than men, then why are they holding fast and firm to the traditional? A man has to approach me. A man has to take me out. A man has to prove himself to me, and all I have to do is show up and smile, look pretty. So why are we still holding on to that aspect of tradition?
I blame that on the imprint of the parent
being influenced.
Yeah,
okay.
The influence.
Well, that too. Yeah.
You know, the influence and the imprinting of your parents, because you know you're not raised this way unless you're showing these things to be true and accurate. You know, if you watch nothing but reality TV shows that are dumb as shit, that drive me crazy, where, you know, oh, well, this man went on a date and he paid each and every time, or The Bachelor, or any of those love and hip hop shows, or any of that crazy nonsense that I can't stand to watch, but it's driving me crazy. Or if you're instilled on that with your parents, like it's not like that anymore. Like, if you're creating a situation because not every good man makes a decent amount of money. You have very, very, very good men that are poor, you know, that could potentially be homeless, but you'll never know. Look at the show, or I'm sorry, the movie, how to Thinking Like a Man.
Right.
All right. What's his name was a chef. Cooked really good food. He was a J in this fact, actually. He cooked really good food. His what do you call it? The display, your visuals.
Your presentation.
Mm-hmm. Your presentation is good. The food is great, but you don't have any money. Not saying that that's who you are, but you don't have any money. You don't have the job. You're not a certified, you know, chef, but you're a great person individually. So you can't
allegedly.
No,
that's literal.
Yeah, that's literal. Okay, this is literal sense. Stop being a dick.
That's like asking him to stop breathing. You're asking Joe to like stop breathing. You can't.
Hold up. If you're fucking telling me about Jason, then that's allegedly. I'm just kidding. Look, you know I love him. Come on, you know I love you. You know,
Allegedly.
So the archaic. My problem is the archaic way of thinking that there are gender roles. That needs to stop because, again, in the world that we are now, you have same-sex couples. So if there are gender roles,
who's paying? Yeah,
who's doing what? You know what I'm saying? So
you're right.
If you have two men or two women, who's the one in the kitchen cooking, and who's the one that goes out to work? Like, I don't understand. So there are these times need to change everything. Everybody needs to stop.
It
this
is
nonsense.
Current year, ladies and gentlemen.
Again, in this current year of whatever we're in right now, everything needs to change. Many women that say that they're, and you guys mentioned this, that their time is important, and so is their poontang. They need to understand that it's the same thing with us.
Which goes back to that story. So when she told me that, I should be, I have some bills you need to take care of, and I said, well, excuse me, and she said, well, I gave you the best part. I gave you my time, and I gave you whatever, and I was just like, so what you're saying is, and I remember saying this to her, so what you're saying is, your time and your physical is more important than my time and my physical. Is that what you're trying to say? And she, so yeah, that drove me nuts because I thought we were equal in this. We equally gave each other's time, so that cancels it out. We gave each other physical, that cancels everything out.
Right.
I'm taking you out, so I should get a plus for that, Right.
So. And that's that mentality is what drives me crazy. There was an old song by DMX with Cisco, "What These Bitches Want from a Nigga." So there was a part that he says in there, "I gave you what you gave me, boo, enough for real."
Yep.
Why is what you're giving?
That's a classic song.
Right. Why is what you're giving and taking more important than what I'm giving and taking?
Joe did a cover of that on his mixtape.
I'm sure he did.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The album was amazing. I sang the shit out of that song.
Yeah.
I sang the shit out of that song.
No, it's true. Yeah. So
it's
true. It's true. But then again, okay. So we have a current friend. We have a mutual friend, and I had mentioned the dating fail, the virtual dating fail with the Alabama girl, and he said, were you paying for everything? And I was like, well, yeah. He's like, well, good. You dodged the bullet. Good. And I was like, but what are you talking about? I said, in what world do you go out and court a woman and you're not paying for everything, at least up front? For him, maybe he has an atypical dating life. I don't know how he got the woman that he has now, or anyone in the past, if he truly believed that it was a going Dutch thing. I said, there's no way he never came out of pocket for a woman to court her. There's no way, especially up front. So that's what I'm saying, is that it's no matter what you look like, even if a woman was down for that, the peer pressure from her female friends would go against that. Hey, so he paid, right? No, we went half. Really? Oh, he's a bum. He ain't shit. That's what you would get. So even if there was a woman that's open-minded to consider, okay, well, I pay, you pay, let's go, she'd still face a stigma from her female friends, and from, you know what I'm saying?
You just said the key words right there. What,
female friends or stigma?
Open-minded.
Right.
No, right. Open-minded.
Right.
Right, and that just, not everybody is open-minded.
Pretty much explains it.
Right.
Yeah, not everybody is open-minded, and that's what I'm saying when it comes to determining how you result in life in certain aspects, especially in relationships. Stop listening to everybody else. Do what you feel for yourself and what feels right. Right. Because here's what happens.
Exactly. Amen.
There are a lot of people out there who don't want to see you succeed, especially the lonely friends.
I used that phrase too.
Amen.
Wow. Because here's the thing, you have, and I've seen this. This happened to me with one of my ex-girlfriends. She had a friend that was never happy, single, but hated the fact that her friend, my girlfriend at the time, was super happy. But she always had to down. Why is he so nice to you? Why is he doing this? Why do you question? Who are you to question things in this relationship? You're not even. I'm not fucking you. Yeah. Why are you asking? Why are you opening your mouth? Shut up.
Misery loves company. The miserable people love that shit.
Right.
So
And that's why I say you have to stop listening to your friends. Not everybody wants to see you succeed in the manner that you are currently succeeding. The jealousy comes in. The insecurities play, because it's like, oh, well, she found such an amazing person. How come I haven't? We've been best friends growing up. We basically are the same person. How come they have somebody and I don't? You know? So you just have to, you know, it's different to bounce ideas and advice off of somebody else rather than listening to what they have to say, because there's a lot of toxic people out there. I married one.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired.
She has toxic
tendencies.
Ideals.
She's toxic. She's toxic tendencies.
She's not a toxic person. She's just.
Well, I mean, look, I've said it very clearly when it comes to like my exes or my baby mama or whatever. I said I'm not saying they're terrible people. What I'm saying is they're terrible for me and terrible for my world and terrible for my psyche and peace of mind. So whenever I've said anything negative about any female or whatever, I'm never saying it's in general. It's not in general. It is in relation to me, my world, my mentality,
and your experience.
My experience. Yeah. So we're just gonna throw that out there. So. Right. Yeah, we're not going to generalize here, allegedly. Except for Joe. Joe generalizes the shit out of everything.
Fuck you.
There you go. See,
there's a general statement. So the fact that women say that their time and their physical aspect is more important than men, and they downplay that for the same as a man, is not only sexist, but it's exactly what's wrong with women today. Their only concern is that what can be done for them in a monetary value from the start, not caring or being concerned that the relationship or the interaction with that person could potentially be a waste of time. I say that because in the manner of, you're going on your first date. Oh, wow, he bought me flowers. Oh, wow, we're in an expensive restaurant. Oh, wow, he picked me up in a nice car. Oh, wow, look at his clothes. He's wearing Gucci. He's smelling like Gucci. Damn, this man has money. That means tomorrow I'm getting a Bugatti.
Yep. Not
realizing that after date one, you're never going to get that phone call again because you suck at life. So when you base your plans and your goals on a short-term relationship based on monetary value, and you don't even think of that it could be a waste of time, you're an idiot.
Yep.
Like, you know, and that's the problem with most women, because we men, we don't look at women like, what can she do for me? What you got for me, girl? You gonna put a ring on this finger?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. You know,
we don't give a shit.
We court and we want the nana. That's pretty much it. That's why I've always said that men are significantly less complex than women. Either we want a piece or we want to date you. That's pretty much it. In my opinion. It's only two. But
there's definitely no in between. Yeah.
Right. With women, it's onions. I kind of like him. Give him a chance. I want to put him in the friend zone. I want to date him. I want to fuck him. It's so much more layered for women. But men, in my opinion, don't come for me. It's one of two things. Either we want to fuck you or we want to date you and wife you up. That's it. You know, if we show interest. There is nothing else. You know? So, I mean, and that's being very crude of me, but that's just my reality and what I
not crude.
No, it's
that's
true.
Not crude. That's reality.
Right. That's real cut and dry. The thing is, we think more in a logical sense than women do. Women are more based on their emotions,
right,
and future planning when it comes to
right
where they want to settle at in life. You know, but again, it's
like you said earlier. It's like you said earlier. The influences that they receive from their parents, or from, like you mentioned, and I agree with you 100%, Manny, when you said the reality TV shows and stuff on TV, and you know, in general, or musicians, you know, like these people are living this lavish life, which, you know, again, they're also people, you know, they're also human beings, so they have feelings and emotions as well. But from what you're seeing and only seeing, you know, you're kind of perceiving that life where it's like, you know, oh, it's okay to cheat. It's okay to buy expensive things and not care about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to be in toxic relationships. It's okay to to yell and scream and be violent towards your partner. Okay. You know, like they all normalize this bullshit, and I think it's the majority of today's society, especially. And I've seen it firsthand, where it's like, oh, and again, I'm going to bring this example up perfectly because you mentioned it earlier before, Love and Hip Hop. My fiance watches it. I'm not going to lie, she does. I always get on her for that. I one time I told her, I was like, so if I let you take an IQ test, I just want to know how much points did you drop after watching that episode? And she would like, no, like, and she would, and she would get on me, but it's true. No, but I'm saying, like, because I become very aggressive and harsh towards this stuff. I can't help it. I can't fucking help it. Like, you're watching a show.
It's a guilty pleasure, Joe.
It is a guilty pleasure. It is, but it fucking is. But at the same time, it's aggravating when the person that you're committed to and with kind of has not the same tendencies, but like gets the ideas from these people.
Oh, that's different. That's different. That's different. That's totally different. If the show or the smut or the guilty pleasure is influencing the thought process, then yes, I would absolutely be against that. I would absolutely chastise, and if not, and for lack of a better word, belittle. They're being influenced by smut TV. So I get it. I totally get it. I would take my statement.
This is how I portray smut TV and reality TV. It's just like the news media outlets. No one ever expresses or shows concern or interest in what happened or before the show started and how the people got there. It's just like, okay, episode 1, we've got Scrappy and we've got his baby mama number 4, and then they're getting into a fight, but you don't realize or see where they
context is key.
Yeah, it's what the camera shows you. That's the only thing you see.
And it's not just that though. People can be edited out of context. And I'm not joking about this. I never thought this was possible till I got into this field. Okay? You can make something seem bigger than it really is. For example, I used to produce a reality show called Journey to a Dream. Great concept. It was a great idea. And there was some drama, but it was very small until I edited it. And I made that better. So you know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't lie or anything. I just edited it differently. There's this one thing between the creator of the show and one of my friends, and I made that shit seem like World War III. In reality, it wasn't as bad as I edited it to be. So again, you can be edited out of context. So what you see isn't reality is also staged. Yep. It's all staged. It's you know what I'm saying? Producers get in there and say, listen, I need you to slap this bitch right here. Let's do it and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? This happens. So reality TV isn't reality TV. There's no such thing.
It isn't.
There isn't. So yeah.
So I continue going saying that if money is ever demanded or monetary help is ever demanded, without even taking the other person's financial stance into consideration, that person needs to reevaluate their life and their mentality.
Yes.
That mindset is full of and will only lead into further toxic breakdowns of the relationship. I've met women that have mentioned that this was their intent primarily, and I've cleared the hell out of the way of them and never looked back. If you're going to tell me I need to be a sugar baby, no.
But hold on. But at the same time, I respect those women.
You're doing what you got to do.
You do what you got to do. You're saying what you got to say. You're being upfront, and you're giving me the ability to say bye-bye. So I respect that, especially when I see it on dating apps. I will swipe left with the quickness. But thank you for being upfront with what you're looking for, what you expect, so I don't waste my time talking to you, taking you out, and then getting screwed over in the end. So I respect that. I completely respect it. It's shitty, but it's your hustle, and I completely respect it. Especially for me.
Knock the hustle. You can never knock the hustle.
You spare me something, so I appreciate that.
And that concludes my notes and
what started as Joe's gone. What started as just an idea. Joe's back. So what started as a reminiscing concept just for one episode, just to bring you on, Manny, turned into us, of course, asking you to be the third co-host, and that you graciously accepted. And then, funny enough, turn this whole reminiscing into a 3-part trilogy. So I want to thank you, Manny, for giving us
3 parts. Three
long parts. I want to thank you, Manny, for taking the time to rewatch the last 20, 25, 26, 27, almost 30 episodes, and taking the time to comment and inspire us to make this be our anniversary special. 3-part special is huge. It's the biggest 3-part special period. And I just wanted to say again, welcome to the team. Welcome to the gang.
Yeah, man. This is perfect.
This was your destiny, and I'm glad we got you on. Huge big ups to your people. They're the most supporting group of people I have ever met beyond my family. I'm being real. And I will not stop gushing enough about your people. Your people are amazing. Their interaction are amazing. Their support of you are amazing. And I am eating it all up for my studio. So thank you so much. That's it for our 3-part 1-year anniversary special of the Last of the Nice Guys podcast. Joe, take it away.
Oh, man. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This episode was absolutely insane for many reasons. One is which I came very late. The second, Jay's BM popped up.
Yes. I forgot. Special thanks.
Caused such a classic, memorable episode that I think I cannot wait to tell my fiance that Jay's BM popped up on the episode. It's going to be a riot.
She didn't pop up. I brought her over. Okay, I want to be very clear. I said she walked in. I said, you know what? You might as well. I mean, why not? I thought that would have been a great surprise for this 3-part. For those of you who stuck in with us, 3 parts. Each episode was over an hour long. It's the longest episode we've ever done.
No, this was brilliant.
Yeah.
In a way where I got to recap everything that we did.
Yes.
And it was really
yes.
And again, I wanted to also just mention real quick, the first recap. I have to add, it was probably one of my. I mean, all of them are my favorites, but episode 1, the first recap that we did of all those episodes, which was like an hour, very emotional. Very emotional.
When we proposed to Manny.
Yeah, exactly. Where we,
I won't lie. That's pretty much what it was. I mean,
bro, it was super emotional on so many levels, and that episode really touched. Manny, when you were speaking.
That was episode 2.
Oh, okay, there we go. Episode 2. When you were speaking from the heart and you shed a few tears, that shit really, I thought about that actually the next day. That's how powerful it was. I'm not gonna lie. I thought about that the next day, and I was like, wow, we have a third guy.
He was like, wow, how come I can't cry like that? Where are my feelings?
I can't. I really can't. I have no feelings.
I'm not even dead inside. Oh,
I have no empathy towards anybody. Fuck everybody. So for you to go ahead and even do that live, that got me, man. That was
well, I mean, he felt the spirit, you know what I'm saying? He felt it, something you haven't felt in a very, very long time. So with that being said,
you know that you can't, you won't let me say anything. That's why you fucking rushed it. He said, yeah, because you haven't felt anything in a long time. With that being said,
no, I still think to this day, the best zinger you ever did to me was when you
on that first episode, right?
First episode. I'm sorry. That zinger. If
you put it in the trailer, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. If it wasn't so funny, it would hurt so bad. Okay, God. Because it was your delivery. I didn't see it coming. Like, that was the best zinger you ever did. You'll never top that. I hope you know that. You'll never.
No, for honestly, I can do this for another 40 years with you, man, and be as old and gray and still go ahead back and forth. And
back
say
in the
shit
day
like that.
when you were married, Joe, when she left you, I laughed so hard. That's what'll happen.
I told your ass it was gonna happen, you jerk.
I told you to show the empathy.
It's not as bad as when you fucked that guy. I mean, oops, did I mention that? Oh, sorry.
Hey,
she was a transgender. It doesn't count.
That's what happens when you go to Bangkok.
I love Bangkok. I love Bangkok. All right,
Manny sounds like a retired old Italian guy from Bensonhurst, Brooklyn.
He does. All right, well, that's it for the Last of the Nice Guys, a 1-year anniversary special, part 3.
Part 3.
Part 3. Can you do that? Whatever. This is. I'm Jason.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Manny.
And thank you for your time.
The Last of the Nice Guys. Follow, like, and subscribe on Twitter and Instagram at Last Nice Guys, Facebook.com/Last Nice Guys, or email lastoftheniceguys@yahoo.com.
This is an audio production of Vibe Revelation Studios, the cure for your common day. VibeRevStudios.com.